Hi everyone, Donut here. Have you been seeing all these knife attacks in the news lately? Not to mention here on my channel, I believe almost every video I've done the past couple months has been a knife attack. It's almost like we are turning into jolly old England. Lots of people running around these days trying to dice up their fellow men. Chop, 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 chop. We're going to be talking about that today and then a couple of other incidents where officers faced sudden, violent attacks. One during a traffic stop and another one where an officer was responding to a home. It's a reminder of how things can quickly get very, very foobar. And it proves that when you're an officer, you gotta have your guard up at all times. Our sponsor for this video is Manscaped. Now that you've used the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra to get those Frankenbean hairs, what about your face hairs? That's where Manscaped's new product comes in, the Chairman Pro package. This all-in-one set includes everything you need for a perfect shave every time. The Chairman Pro is an electric foil shaver. It's got two 360-degree contouring heads that comes with two interchangeable skin-safe blade heads. It's got the skin-safe 4-blade foil for a super close shave and the skin-safe stubble trimmer for when you want to keep a bit of that rugged look. The Flex Adjust technology is pretty rad too. The head flexes and adjusts to the contours of your face and neck, so you get a pretty close and comfortable shave. And it's waterproof. It has up to 75 on a single charge using a basic USB-C cable. This package also includes some shave gel made specifically for the Chairman Pro. The gel is a lubricating formula that is tested by dermatologists to work great on sensitive skin. Also in the package, you get Shave Soother. It hydrates your skin and soothes any post-shave irritation. Just like the shave gel, it's dermatologist tested. Look here, you. I know Halloween hasn't happened yet, but the season of giving is coming up. What a perfect gift to give a man in your life or a woman with a beard. Just go to manscaped.com and use the code DONUT for 20% off your order and free international shipping. Give that special someone in your life a wonderful package. That's the Chairman Pro package, of course. Code DONUT at manscaped.com. Before we get into the main video, I wanted to cover an incident out of Illinois. Officers absolutely blow the hip bone off of an offender who had just killed his father. September 27, 2024, Kendall County, Illinois. At 6:39 p.m., a 70-year-old man calls 911 and says that he thinks that there's a home invader somewhere in his house and that some of his guns are missing. That's a hot call right there, boys, which leads to one of the worst 911 calls I've ever heard in my life.
911, what's the location emergency?
Yes, pretty sure I just got robbed today. Some of my guns are missing and everything.
Okay. And what is your address?
It's Bridgeport, Plano, Illinois.
Okay. And do you have like signs of forced entry in your home?
Yeah, I just noticed it right now.
All right. How many of them are missing?
That I don't know yet because I didn't take inventory, but I know a shotgun is missing.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and have our officer.
Hey! Hurry!
You can kind of guess what happened there. Mid-call, the caller starts screaming and then the line cuts out. At around the same time, a separate 911 call comes in that reports shots fired in that same area.
What is the address to your emergency?
Court. Somebody next door to me sound like a gunshot. Please come.
Okay, so shots fired.
That's what it sounded like.
Okay.
But his window was just busted, like somebody shot through his window, and I just heard him. It was a good. Please hurry.
I know, we've got help coming, okay?
This hot call just became super fucking hot. Officers are running code 3 as fast as humanly possible, and within only a couple of minutes, they arrive at the scene. When they get there, they see a vehicle backing out of the garage.
The 601 garage door just opened. The vehicle started in the garage. Hey, please stop! 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 Got a 28 Edward Bravo, Edward Boy 20606, 20606. Stop!
The suspect obviously ignores the officer's commands to stop and immediately takes off. Luckily, other officers seeing the vehicle leaving the scene of the crime and they pursue. So now officers get themselves in a high-speed chase with someone who is armed and dangerous and has already killed someone until the suspect runs into a little bit of traffic. As the suspect exits the vehicle, we finally get to see that stolen shotgun that he had. That leaves officers no other choice but to respond how they normally do in situations like this.
600, shots fired, shots fired! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move!
He points that 12 gauge at officers and even manages to get one round off. In return, officers fire about a dozen rounds, one of which hits him in his pelvic bowl. We've talked about that a lot on this channel. Which remind me, the next war is going to be fought with plate carriers, so aim for the dick.
It's violent the Geneva Convention. I never heard of it.
After the suspect goes down, officers move in to render first aid. They get him to a hospital, but oh no, he died. Which, let's be honest, that was probably his plan the second he got out of the car. A little sewer slide by cop. The actual tragic thing about this incident, which you can probably see where this is going, the 70-year-old man was killed. The shots that killed him when he was on that 911 call were from his son. That's who police just shot. We don't really have a motive for why, but I can guess mental instability, drugs, or both. Breaking into your dad's home, stealing a shotgun, and killing him with it, come on. We gotta move on, but I do want to give a shout out to the officers involved in this video. Kendall County Sheriff's Department and Plano Police Department, whose response time is crazy fast. They got there in a matter of minutes and were able to catch the suspect. Unfortunately, he had already committed that heinous crime against his father. Real quick, I just wanted to say, check out pepperbox.tv to see all this uncensored. Let's dive into our main event. October 5th, 2024, Bridgeport, Connecticut. At about 1 a.m. on a Saturday morning, officers respond to an emotionally unstable man, and it already doesn't look very promising.
Can you see if Josh can open it? Sir!
25 back around the corner.
Sorry.
The officers are on the porch talking to a 45-year-old man at this point. Somewhere in this incident, the man had closed the door, locked it, and stuck his hands in his pockets. That probably should have been addressed. We'll see why officers tend to tell people to get their hands out of their goddamn pockets.
What was it that was in your pocket, though? Because it seemed interesting. It seemed like really interesting. Turn your pockets out really quick. Turn them out.
What is in your pocket?
Anyways, with the door being locked, one of the officers tries to get creative, pulls out a small pocket knife, and attempts to open the little latch to get it back to the dude. Meanwhile, someone inside helps by just opening the lock for the officers. And here's where things get a little crazy. With the officers positioning by the door and no one addressing the fact that he had his hands in his pockets.
So they got keys now. So they're killing it.
As the door opens, dumbass pulls out a knife and shouts, "I'm going to f***ing kill you," then attacks one of the female officers on scene. He ends up stabbing her in the head, shoulder, and neck. That's when one of the male officers on scene takes 2 shots at the suspects, putting him down on the ground.
Shots fired, shots fired. Don't move! Don't f***ing move! Don't f***ing move! Put the knife down! Put the knife down! Drop the f***ing knife! What? The knife! Drop the knife! Don't hit him, please. Don't hit him. What? Drop the f***ing knife!
As you can see, the suspect went from super tough guy with a knife to Lieutenant Dan in no time. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume that those shots that the officer fired went right into that dude's spine. I don't think he gonna walk no more.
Yeah, why don't you have a seat right over there? Okay.
The officer who was stabbed was rushed to the hospital, and good news, she was treated on site, released, and is expected to make a full recovery. Our bad guy is alive and faces a slew of charges, including attempted murder. His bail has been set at $750,000. How he even received bail is beyond me, but on the bright side, I don't think he's gonna be running at anyone with a knife again. Maybe you could roll at him now. You just gotta remember, it's always important to create a little distance with an agitated suspect like that. Never know what they might have on them. Like in an incident that also happened in Connecticut. During a traffic stop, it gets violent really quick. What? Violence on a traffic stop? No way. On Thursday, October 3rd, 2024, at approximately 1:24 p.m., an officer pulls over a vehicle for a simple registration issue. The driver exits the vehicle, gets aggressive, and wouldn't you know it, refuses to comply with commands.
Don't come near me. Don't come near me.
What do you mean don't come near me?
Don't come near me.
Out of nowhere, a physical altercation breaks out, probably because the officer wanted to detain the aggressive suspect. As you could probably guess though, when you have an aggressive suspect, you want to put him in cuffs to figure out what's going on. Doesn't always work out great.
Don't Tyler, don't Tyler, don't Tyler, don't Tyler, don't Tyler, don't Tyler.
Yep, that is a stab wound right where you don't want one. Right in the neck. Can't exactly slap a tourniquet on that one. Luckily, the officer who was just stabbed back up arrives on scene right when this happened.
I don't know if he stabbed me
What is going
or
on?
what he did.
What is
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. All right. Hands behind your back. I can. Down. Give me your other hand. Give me your other hand. Okay.
As the suspect is rolling on the ground screaming like a little bitch, we get to see something very rare, a successful taser deployment. Officers are successfully able to call for an ambulance before the dude bleeds out.
Did he stab you? He attacked me.
Yeah, I think so.
Let me see where.
Right here, right there.
Here, come over here, Jimmy. Come over here. Come on. Come over here. Jimmy, sit down. LC 44, sit down. Sit down.
42.
I need a medic. Immediately, I need a medic. Breathe. Sit down.
The officer who was stabbed was transported to the hospital and is expected to make a recovery. The suspect is probably still whining about having to follow laws or some other stupid shit.
Little crybaby.
He's being held on a whopping $3 million bond. He was charged with attempted murder and assault on a public servant. One major thing to take away from these incidents, of course, is just having a good little bit of distance between you and a suspect, especially when their hands are in their pockets.
Pocket sand.
Thanks for watching this breakdown. Go to pepperbox.tv to watch uncensored videos with me and all my boys in them. Go to donutoperator.com to get some super sweet merch or follow me on every other social media platform. And until next time, please have a fantastic day.
Whack.